The Galactic Archive's restricted section hadn't been accessed in 300 cycles. Historian Velnara of the Etherian Collective had special dispensation. Her research into extinct civilizations required it. But she hadn't expected to find the file marked simply Sol 3 Quarantine Protocol. The edge of the galactic map was supposed to be empty. Dead space. Young stars without life. Yet here was an entire protocol, classification level Omega Black, about a species called humanity occupying a single system in that desolate region. She opened the file. Warning. The following information is restricted by unanimous council decree. Unauthorized dissemination is punishable by memory wipe. Species designation. Humanity, self-designated Homo sapiens. Home system, Sol. Quarantine level, absolute. Contact protocol, none. Any vessel approaching within 10 light years to be destroyed. Velnara's tendrils quivered. Destroyed? Even the Devourers weren't met with such extreme measures. She read on. Historical Archive Entry. Cycle 2847.3. First contact occurred when human colony ship Endeavour encountered Threxian patrol fleet. Initial scans showed primitive technology, nuclear propulsion, basic shielding, no energy weapons. Threxians attempted standard subjugation protocol. Threxian empire ceased to exist within one solar rotation. The historian's chromatic skin shifted to deep purple. Impossible. The Threxian Empire had spanned 1,000 worlds. She continued reading, each entry more disturbing than the last. The humans didn't use superior technology. They used something far worse. They turned the Threxians against themselves. Within days, engineered viruses targeted specific genetic markers. Not to kill, but to modify brain chemistry. Threxian soldiers turned on their commanders. Civilians rose against their government. They broadcasted something called propaganda that somehow made Threxians question their entire belief system. Before the Empire fell, one message was transmitted. They know how we think. They know how everyone thinks. They've been studying war for their entire existence, not against others, but against themselves. They have thousands of years of practice destroying minds before bodies. Velnara found the next entry from the Corvith hegemony, attempted to contain humanity through superior firepower. Humans responded by broadcasting mathematical proofs that broke our AI systems. They called it a basilisk hack. Information structured so that any sufficiently advanced intelligence that processes it becomes corrupted. Our entire fleet turned on us. The humans never fired a shot. The Zalathian Confederation's report was shorter. Tried diplomatic approach. Humans agreed to peaceful talks. Our delegation returned changed. They spoke of concepts our language can't express. Mutualité assured destruction. Game theory. Prisoner's dilemma. Within a year, our confederation dissolved into component states. Each convinced the others would betray them. The humans just watched. But it was the final entry that made Velnara's respiratory system stop. From a unified galactic council, humanity possesses no superior technology, no psychic abilities, no physical advantages. What they have is far more dangerous. 10,000 years of practice killing each other. They've weaponized ideas. They've turned information itself into a weapon. They know every way a mind can break because they've broken their own so many times. They fought wars over skin pigmentation, over economic systems, over interpretations of ancient texts, over lines on maps. They built weapons that could end their world and aim them at each other, achieving peace through the promise of mutual annihilation. They are not united. Their homeworld has hundreds of separate nations, thousands of languages, millions of conflicting ideologies. This is not weakness. This is their strength. They've immunized themselves against every form of mental manipulation through constant exposure. They've survived every psychological weapon because they've used them all on each other first. Final Council Decree. Humanity is to remain quarantined not because they would conquer us with force, but because they would destroy us with ideas. They're a species that survive their own nature. They're chaos that achieves stability through accepting instability. They're walking paradoxes that somehow function. Do not approach Earth. Do not contact humanity. Do not even think too deeply about them. They don't need to invade. They just need to be known about. That alone would be enough to unravel everything we've built. Velnara closed the file, her tendrils trembling. At the edge of the galactic map sat a species that had weaponized thought itself. And the most terrifying part? The file's last update showed humanity had achieved faster-than-light travel 70 cycles ago. They were no longer contained. They simply chose to stay away. For now.